Welcome back to Cruising with the Wild Herons. Hi. So we've been full-time liveaboard since about June of this year, and have to say we are loving it and not missing land life at all. But there are some differences to live aboard on a boat and living in a house that you need to be aware of if you're going to consider live aboard lifestyle. In this episode, I'm going to cover a few things that we have found in particular to be very different or challenging living aboard a boat as compared to being a landlubber. So stick around to the end and see if you agree with me that some of these things are pretty challenging. So showers on a boat are a little bit different than a shower in your house. The water that drains into the pipes doesn't go into a septic system or the sewer system. It goes into a sump pump. These pumps are typically located underneath the flooring on your boat and pump the water overboard. Our sump pump for our shower is located just in front of our bed. Here's the actual pump and a float switch so that when the water reaches a certain height, it drains it out. So this happened today. Our shower sump pump light was staying on and the pump kept running and going on and off. And we opened everything up only to find out that the float switch died. And that little white square thing is a rule float switch. And that stopped working. So now Tad is getting ready to vacuum out this sump pump so we can get a new float switch so we can shower. Isn't that fun? Boat life, the reality. And the overflow from the sump pump was draining into this bilge compartment, so we just cleaned that out. So we have the new pump and float switch installed. It's a Rule 1500 pump and a Rule float switch. And we're gonna turn the water on and see how it works. Yeah, it's on. The head requires special attention. Our marine head is electric and operates by the push of a button. The waste contents are held in a black water tank, which ultimately has to be pumped out when it's full. We treat the tanks with a chemical made by Unique called Marine Digestate, and this breaks down the waste and helps control any odors. We are fortunate that we have float switches which tell us when the tanks are full. So unlike your household toilet, you can't just flush and forget about it. Hi guys, so we are currently on vacation in North Myrtle Beach, but every Tuesday we have a boat tour. And today is cleaning and polishing the Strata-Glass. This is new Strata-Glass, and it's important that you polish it with the IMAR polish that they recommend monthly. So first we clean it, which I've already cleaned the inside of them, and now we polish. So here goes. Just put a little dab. I've got my couch covered, so I'm gonna stand on the couch. And you buff it on. And then Tad and I are gonna tag team. He's gonna buff it off. So I'll do half of this glass and I'll move on to the next one. But normally I do these by myself, but today I have help.
Couldn't find anything else to do.
Can't find anything else to do. You gotta wait till it like dries a little bit. You're not supposed to put a lot on. So I'm going down to like the middle clip here. That's my halfway mark.
So you want me, so I'm gonna buff just the top half.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Okay.
right. Okay, now I'm buffing.
Watch what you're doing. You gotta make sure you're getting all that cloudy stuff off. I have
Can't
to
see any cloudy.
I have to teach Tad because he's never really done this, I don't think. Maybe when we got the isinglass or the Strataglass put up top on the Lido deck, he did.
I did it until I found out it was a kind of boring job. I can't see any cloudiness. I could from the camera angle over there, but I can't.
Well, that's why you just kind of go like a circular motion all around that area. And we've completed polishing the inside and the outside of the Strataglass, and they are crystal clear. Next week, Tuesday, we'll do the flybridge Strataglass.
Our boat has extensive amount of woodwork in it, which requires some upkeep. Once a month, I go through the whole boat and use some Pledge and wipe down all of the woodwork. That's all the walls, the cabinets, everything. It's time consuming, but it really does help keep it looking nice. I bet you don't wipe the walls down in your house once a month. All boats are subject to getting leaks, and ours is not excluded. Since we bought the boat, we have had a couple of leaks in the windows and ultimately have had all of our windows resealed and reset. But I still go around every time there's a rainstorm and look for leaks. To find it early is the best course of action to prevent any damage. Fortunately, we currently have no leaks. Our boat has a 200-gallon water holding tank. In order to make the water safe for drinking or potable, we have a filtration system outside the boat, and we also have this Blue View water filtration system, which works by reverse osmosis and a blue UV light. It also has a mineral packet to remineralize the water to provide a good tasting water. I frequently test the quality of our water, and it always comes up good. We do our best to conserve water by not letting our faucets run freely, and we try to use all biodegradable products. Our boat holds 700 gallons of diesel fuel in 3 separate tanks. Just like with your car, we have to move the boat to the fuel dock to get diesel fuel. Tad fuels up the boat while I go into the engine compartment and watch the sight glass to make sure that we're not overfilling. We communicate through the use of headphones. I gotta say, it gets really hot down there. Our air conditioning system is a whole other beast. We have 7 split units throughout the boat. Like our engines, they are water cooled. They take in water from under the boat, circulate through, and it comes out through the exhaust. Because they take in water from outside the boat and circulate it through, this requires special care. About once a week, Tad goes into the engine room and flushes out all of these air conditioning coils. This helps keep mud and sea life from building up
inside the coils and clogging up the air conditioning units, thus rendering them useless.
So all these clamps, or valves, I should say, get turned off, but 2 or 3?
3.
But 3. And now we're turning them back on.
Used to be hard.
So that you just close that stopcock or valve, as
Yeah.
you guys call it,
It's
in order to keep water from coming into the filter and the air conditioning system. And this is to clean out the filter. And this is a whole new filter basket that we have because the last one broke, leaked. It's normal to get water
coming from because it's
back.
Oh,
Oh, a twig. Is that normal to have that much?
water.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about a gallon and a half. And then when I do this, a little more.
Because he cleans the glass down there. And then we exchange the filter. And about how often do we barnacle buster it? About like once a month or every couple of months?
Here in the summer, it's about once a month. Here in the winter, it's probably once every other month.
Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing some of the differences or challenges that we experience as liveaboards. Despite all of it, we wouldn't change a thing. Thanks for joining us, and stay tuned for more Cruising with the Wild Herons. Ciao.